See Through Angels' Eyes. This is a first of its kind series on certain selected higher and lower vibrating dimensions referred to by Christians as heaven and hell, and what it feels like to be in there with the help of MALICIA, the cosmic science to be awake, to see and hear in other dimensions. In this first program of this series, we share information on dimension 198 named KARA TOGE in the true Lightside Realms, a true eye-opener for all who want to know what is going on in other dimensions, or heavens as it is also known. Good day to all our friends watching the Brahma's Tower of Light programs. My name is Ibulama, or Nikita as most people know me. Today we start with the first of 7 new programs for 2024 titled See Through Angels' Eyes. With me is Altizator, or Ernst Jordan as most people know him. Ernst is the CEO of Brahma's Tower of Light here on Earth. In today's program, Ernst will share wisdom on the angelical kingdoms here on Earth, as well as in higher dimensions far away from Earth, as seen and experienced by Altizator himself. 3 programs in this new series deal with information on selected light side kingdoms, 3 programs on selected dark side kingdoms, and 1 program that will be a surprise. Most people find it hard to believe that a person can see and experience what is going on in other much higher and lower vibrating dimensions. It is possible to use the cosmic science MALICIA, by which you can see and experience other dimensions. Please help us reach other people who need this information by pressing the subscribe, like and share buttons, as well as the little bell icon to be in line for more of these programs. For more information on Ernst Jordan, you can visit our website, Brahma's Tower of Light.
Thank you so much, Nikita, and hi to all our Brahma's Tower of Light friends out there. There are endless light side dimensions as well as endless dark side dimensions. Each dimension houses its own 49 to the power of 49 sub and 49 to the power of 49 sub-dimensions, with its planets, its own psychic and spiritual higher or lower developed life forms, and humanities or other vibrating life forms. Each planet houses its own animals and plant kingdoms where applicable. Some of the planets are still in, they are busy building them, if I can say so. As well as in inner planets, just as on our planet Earth. What is the name of our planet? Lonakusa. Isn't it a beautiful name? But I think you people remember it from the last series of programs. Now you and I can investigate higher and or lower vibrating dimensions. If you can see in dimension 4, which is only a crossing over dimension, it is only because you are partly psychically developed and see with your eyes as your first set of senses, not the body eyes, not this eyes, your eyes, who give consciousness to that body. Right, in one of the programs in last year's series programs, I named a few cosmic sciences recently, as I call it, rediscovered by me, of which one science is named MALICIA. As far as I know, the cosmic science MALICIA is part of any philosopher's toolkit. Very important to remember for all the philosophers out there. MALICIA is the cosmic science that I make use of to look and experience into much higher and or much lower vibrating dimensions, to see and experience as a consciousness giving life form, a vision there, either in such a realm itself or on a planet in such a dimension. It sounds very weird, you know, it sounds as if it is impossible. I can promise you it is possible. Most of the Eastern countries people do it. I mean, where did I learn to do it? from the guides, and I was directed to contact them. So, to tap into much higher or lower dimensions, I additionally, this is very important if you want to try it yourself, to use different frequencies of hertz, vibrations. Now, Iliska is going to put on the screen a little bit of, it's just an example
yes,
of what you can put on. You can go to internet or YouTube and decide on which one. Just listen carefully, because I'm going to give you the clues. Actually, not clues, it's directions, what to do. Now, the reason is as follows. Remember, I am not the body of flesh you see when you look at me. This is not me. This is clothing. This is also clothing. But with this clothing, I dress myself as a consciousness-giving life form. I, as a consciousness-giving life form, need to vibrate very high to see and experience in other high vibrating dimensions. Please, people, you must, if you share this program, please remind the people to, as I'm reminding you, really start at program 1, this program, because in the next programs I'm not going to repeat everything. I'm just only going to discuss what I saw, and then those people are not going to know how I did it. The higher I vibrate, the lower my body of flesh vibrates. I mean, put the two, let myself exit this body. Imagine you can see it. So this body must vibrate what? Extremely high. And how do I get it high? By using different hertz frequencies. And this body must be vibrating low. You know, you must almost be in a trance, but not asleep. You must be in a trance, because your eyes will be closed and you will see with your eyes, you know, your spiritual eyes. I did not know in advance where I would be allowed to experience what I needed to experience, but because I knew that this time I was going to a higher vibrating realm, I used delta brain waves to bring the hertz vibrations of the body of flesh as low as possible. And if you struggle with this, you can go to the website. There's a lot of programs introducing you and teach you how to do this stuff, so it's actually very easy. Or you can write at me, you know, there's WhatsApp, there's anything, write to me, I'll help you. During each tap in, we make use, or we make sure that our house, this place here where we live, is actually a bushveld cabin, but it's awesome. It's a 6-room place, and it's awesome. This house must be sacred space. What is sacred space?
It's clean. It's there's no bad and negative energies around you, and you've actually cleansed the whole area.
You cleanse the whole thing. You make it so clean. The atmosphere and everything, and yourself. You must paratose yourself. But I mean, this must be clean enough for the angelical beings to feel comfortable in. I mean, you're not going to invite an angelical being from the light side into a place that looks like a rubbish dump or something. No, we don't live like that. We practice the God's ways of living, and this is what we implement here. During each tap-in, we make sure that our house is a really sacred space, or holy. I paratose myself as well as the rest of the team helping me. Before I begin, who's the team? I want to give them a big applause, because it's her, Ibolama, Bebazole, and Kabosi or Parental, and myself. Now this is actually standard procedure to see that before you tap in. Why is it standard procedure, do you know?
To do sacred space.
If you are going to meditate.
You don't want to get lost and souls being swapped and stuff like
that.
I
don't want a demon inside me which I don't know of, even if it's a small little one. And now I must go out. I mean, is he going with me? Of course he's going with me. I cannot let guards and hefkenams and higher up and in here if there's negative energy. No, no, no. It's a very standard. So if you do it and your place is not sacred space, don't be surprised if you don't get it right. You know, you're not successful. They will not come if they have to come into a place that is not clean. Definitely not. I mentioned a lot of what I saw during the past decades in the Brahma's writings that me and my guides compile. What I'm going to share with you in this program is what I was allowed to see in dimension 198. You know, I was so surprised because I didn't know where I was. But as I go on, carry on, you will see what I experienced. And I mean, really, if you speak of dimension 198, you actually speak of heaven. 198. You know, if I just think of that, I get goosebumps and I get a little bit emotional because who am I to be so lucky, privileged. To be chosen to witness all this. Exactly. You know, those places are not the places where we go to after we died or the body of flesh died. We go to the Vuatse or to Veka or some of those planets to be checked on and then adapt here and there, do some adjustments and then be reincarnated to Earth once more for your next life. There's normally 8 lives. If you complete your 8th life, you are going to be posted out to a higher dimension. Then you don't go to Vuatse as a stoop, if I may call it, of the real higher heavens. You know, that is only a place. It's like the Duana in the harbors, you know, where the ships come in. You first have to go into that big area where everything is being cared for before you're allowed to go out there. And we don't go there. So everybody maybe can tell you what it is after death, but you know, I don't think a lot of Western people would know this.
Ernst, you visited the 198th dimension realms by means of the MALICIA tapping method. Do other people know about this cosmic science?
Nikita, MALICIA is the cosmic science of seeing, hearing, and experiencing in other dimensions while my body of flesh is here behind this table. This is where I do it. The table is just a little bit shifted up to against the wall so that I can see the beautiful garden through the almost glass windows and doors and whatever. It's beautiful. Most Buddhists and members of oldest religions on earth use this cosmic science as well as true, real deity researching philosophers. As I mentioned, it is part of the toolkit of a philosopher. A lot of Eastern people do what I do, although all of them do not know the name of the cosmic science they are making use of.
I think the viewers would want to know how many heavens or dimensions have you visited up to now?
Nikita,
do we have enough time?
a lot. Actually, too many to mention, although dimension 198 stands out. It is a very high dimension in the true Lightside Realms. Its name is KARA TOGE. KARA TOGE. What a beautiful name. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps again. You know, sorry, but if I can give you a hint. If you want to remember something, you know, at my age I read the script because I forget too much other things. But in any case, if you are, let's say you got it right to visit a dimension like dimension 7 on a planet there or somewhere. I mean, if you can just recall the name and say it out loud, you will be reconnected to that place. Go and try it, you will see. So, KARA TOGE, heaven number 198, very high. It's not the highest, I mean it's endless. We know about what heavens. What is the highest that we've learned about? 190,006 or 9, somewhere there. So even that is not the highest. It is endless up and endless down. Now, most Western people believe in angels and demons. However, very few of them have had personal contact with true light side angelical beings in their original energy forms. I mean, we know they live in human bodies amongst us, etc. Even Efkanams do. But most of them believe angels are in heaven and demons are in hell. That is according to the different Christian denominations here in South Africa. Maybe overseas they believe otherwise. I ended book number 7. Now, to share a little secret, I'm busy. I'm writing 2 books at the same time. 10 pages on the one and 10 on the other one. And it's book number 80 and 81. But it's not available. It will be after my death. A lot of my books will then only. But in any case, years and years and years back, this is also very, you know, it's, what do you call it? It's such a privilege even to tell you this. I ended book number 7 in the Brahma's writing with the final words of a song called Dream a Dream. Now, it is these words of this song and knowing who I am that makes me look forward to when it is or it will be time for me to soul transfer. In the eyes of some Western people, I have many faults and I am sometimes very naughty. But I saw places during my spiritual meditations and in-tappings that very few people have seen. I have an idea where I was, or where I as Vision am going to one day after the completion of my earthly lives. And I can sing with a convinced mind the following, or the words of this song. It says, dream a dream and see through angels' eyes a place where we could fly away.
And do you have any proof that we can show the viewers what angels in pure energy look like?
Yes, Nikita, I have. Now I know a lot of people are going to sit like this. Is it a fraud picture or a hoax or what? It's not a fraud. The internet and other media swarm with genuine pictures of angelical beings. Now the picture on the screen was taken by a person, I don't know who, at the scene of a terrible car crash. As you know by now, our human eyes cannot see angels in pure energy form. However, digital cameras can see energy life forms like angels, demons and earthbound human souls. That we can see.
Yeah.
There are endless different kinds of angelical life forms, of which only a few kinds have wings. Remember that always. All angels don't have wings. In the picture you can see a seraph angel with wings as part of other seraph angels, still in orb form. See the 3 extra orbs in the picture, but watch closely to what the angel on ground looks like. Pure white and what he's doing.
Aaron, sorry to interrupt you. Most Western people are misled to believe that an orb is a dust particle in the air. What is your definition of an orb?
Nikita, an orb is an energy life form, like a consciousness giving life form, a soul, a human soul, that has moved out of its orbit. In other words, out of its shape and where it should go. that transformed into, yeah, where am I now? In this case, we see a colorful white orb that transformed into the seraph angelical form. If you see just a gray orb, it could be just a dust particle or something, but if there's color in, you can know for sure it's a life form of one or other kind. The other orbs in the picture most probably transformed into angels too. The camera did not catch them transforming into seraphs. And yes, you know, if you see a round circle with 7 or 9 orbs in it, you can be sure it's angels. Yes, a dust particle as well as short hair in the atmosphere will show as orbs, although they are not colorful as in this case. The other angel in white is not a seraph angel, but he assists the medical worker on the scene without the medical worker being aware of it. Isn't it a beautiful picture? And you know what? If we do Zora Molege, it is not this hands doing it. You know, especially if we do a Befri or something there in the temple, I can feel when that very high, 160 dimension or higher Hefkenam, yes, yes, when she are with me, maybe entering my body partly and work through my hands. To see a picture like this is something, but to experience it yourself, you cannot explain it. It's too holy to explain. Turatre Yahweh Goria, or let me start.
Arends, we know that you received the task from the highest God of all gods, Toratare Yahweh Goria, to compile these 7 programs. Do you want to share info on this once in a lifetime opportunity?
Yes, now we are going to start. Yes, Nikita, thank you. I was tasked to compile these 7 programs. However, I did not have a clue what I would be led to see. I did as I was told. If they say you must do this, clear the house, do a paratosa, whatever, I do it. During the first intapping, I saw what I will share with you in this program. But before I share with you what I saw, I need to inform you about angels in general. Otherwise, you're not going to understand. There are endless different kinds of angels appointed to different tasks, light side as well as dark side. True light side angelical life forms serve directly under the highest of all so-called gods, which is Toratre Yahweh Goria. Torata Re, his title and rank, and Yahweh, praise his name, is his name, Goria his surname. While true dark side fallen angels serve under Satan himself. Now Satan's real name is Satana and his surname is Rost, S-O-R-O-S-T. Therefore you cannot ask Archangel Michael to come and clean a house of demons and negative energy. Archangel Michael is an archangel, not a house cleaner. It is the same as when you phone your country's Minister of Energy to come and fix your house's electrical problems. It is hilarious even to think of calling an archangel to do work we as humans are supposed to do ourselves. I have got a very long list of names of different angels, archangels. I have talked 2 ways to, and they all have different tasks on earth as well as in the angelical realm. Fact number 2, there are light side angels and there are dark side fallen angels as well as dark side created angels. Satan is not your highest enemy. What is that other fallen Hefkenam, Lefictor in dimensional heaven, dark side 190. On earth, angelical beings are rather or either in chosen people's bodies or in energy form around us in the unseen. Not all angelical types have wings. Most types look in angelical form as we do in human form. They look like us. You know, that is another privilege that I have. If I look into somebody's eyes, I can see. And sometimes I see they are my brothers and sisters. I know them, and it's so awesome. Not all angels are in energy form in higher realms and light side kingdoms. Chosen ones are on earth among us in energy form, while others are reincarnated in human bodies to learn people, to help people, and or guide people on earth. In the previous series of programs, we taught you how to identify light side and dark side consciousness giving life forms in people's human bodies. The eyes are the mirrors of the soul. Then fact number 5, not all true light side angels are what people expect them to be. You know, if people hear about angels, oh yes, they are so cool and they are so this and that and everything. An angel never make a mistake. You're in for a very big surprise. There are angels of wrath, light side angels, in service of the Most High Toratri Yahweh Goria, whose task is to destroy targeted people, families, targeted kingdoms, and or targeted nations or families. There are the endless legions of angels serving Labeth, the so-called Lord of Armies of the highest Toratri Yahweh Goria, of which we read in the Christian Bible. The 6th fact that you should remember, think of the angels of Tremamepra. It's on the screen now, known by most people as the angels of death. Now, that's what the one that you see there, I'm going to explain to you, but don't even imagine that all angels of Tremamepra looks as bright as that one. You get the dark ones. You know, if you sit next to a person who is busy dying, as people refer to it, and the soul must now depart, we sit there and we can actually feel, you know, what's going out of that body just before the soul gets out. You can see them, and believe me, it's horrible. So you get pitch black demonic faces also that can come and fetch. It all depends on whose service you were while on earth. I mean, you cannot expect, if you don't work for the, let's say, the state president of some or other light side country, that you can just get anything for free. No, my friend, it doesn't work that way. You cannot not work for a company but want what is voordele?
Compensation or
compensational help or something like that. No. This picture that you view now on screen, sorry, went viral on the internet. A plane's engine burst out in flames high up in the air, while it was still far away from the nearest airport to do an emergency landing. Now, one of the passengers took this picture of the burning engine which was next to his window. When I saw this picture, I asked our guides if it was real, and they confirmed the angel to be one of Tremamepra's angels. That angel in the photo was on standby in case the plane crashed. I framed the picture and it's here in our cabin. I love it.
Ernst, you are part of an angelical order.
Yes, indeed, Nikita, indeed. My wish while working on book 7 of the Brahma's writings was to dream a dream and to see through angels' eyes a place where I could fly away. Why would we do that? Because you don't feel comfortable on earth anymore, except in your own environment, which is like a very, it feels here as if we are in a very high dimension. So this is okay. That wish was granted years ago when I saw the angelical order 6 as emblem among the stars in space. It was during a very intensive in-tapping. Thanks. Afterwards, I asked my guides where I went during the tap-in process, and they gave me the details. Now on screen you can see the shield of the angelical order I am part of. Its name is Pemro Okazi Quarter. Our logo means work to perfection. If you're not going to be perfect in whatever you do, there's a place for you in a light side dimension, because they are perfect. And as soon as people are, trying to live perfect, not measured by earthly humanity's laws, perfect measured by the cosmic laws of the Most High. There's a big difference. I have the emblem tattooed on my thigh. Do you think I should show them?
Yes, why not, Aaron? Why not?
Why not? Let's show them.
I'd say why
It's got a very beautiful leg to look at, but there it is. Right.
Definitely, and it's awesome that happens.
Yes.
Aaron, is there a specific reason you tattooed this shield on your thigh?
Yes, Nikita, people are not aware that tattoos on human bodies are visible to higher dimensional life forms up to the highest. The shield on my thigh must be visible during prayer. Whatever you tattoo on your human body can be seen by higher dimension life forms under your clothing, as well as when you are out of your body. You know, it's so strange, if you astral out of your body, they can see the sign on your astral body. It is everywhere. So mind what you tattoo on yourself, because it attracts whatever is there. Those tattoos are visible on you as an energy consciousness giving life form. During another in-tapping, yes, this is awesome. During another in-tapping, I found myself in a realm where I saw the seraphim angelical order of the Phoenix in dimension 189 light side, situated in what the gods know as Zizi Aurora constellation. The stars from a shield, the stars form a shield representing a phoenix with spread out wings, all in gold, something like that. It was so extraordinary. When I came back, I was in a bardo once again, crying for days on end. Most people on earth do not know this constellation because it is situated in dimension 189, not in the third dimension visible to human eyes. No other dimension is visible through human eyes. Human eyes can only see three-dimensional. In other words, everything that vibrates 108.108 hertz. Their hertz, I don't know if it's the same hertz that we do here, but we try it. On the afternoon of 9th July this year, 2023, during our two-way communication session, it's not this year, by the time this program will be on the air, it will be last year. I asked His Holy Yul, now Yul is a Davros means a Holy One, if there was another Brahma's Tower of Light series, the highest Toratre Yahweh Goria wants me to compile. The previous series has concluded. 5 days later my question was answered. I tapped in as usual when I heard a woman's voice speak, informing me that I would tap in 7 times for 7 programs. 1 tap in every Friday after the 8 o'clock p.m. mantras. We planned it, and during the first in-tapping ceremony I experienced the following. This is now where it comes to the real stuff. Immediately I found myself in a consciousness angelical life form somewhere in space among the most beautiful scenes of colored or colorful nebulas. Now, this woman's voice told me to focus on my vision's eyes. In other words, my eyes, not this eyes, my eyes. She showed me how to focus on a specific place trillions of miles away and to zoom it in so that I could see as well as feel what was there where I zoomed in on. Now Nikita and my friends out there, I must explain it. You know, if I sit here, let's say this is now space. Now I see about 1 trillion light years away is a small nebula, just a small one like this. But if something attracts, it catches my eye. Now, what am I going to do? Must I go there, which I can do in 1 second, or am I going to be careful and just focus there? And this is what this woman's voice taught me to do. Focus there, and with my right eye, I can zoom it in. In other words, it's still there, but I can see it as if I'm in it. And now I can feel what it feels like, and I can go to different places. I can feel. This is something I never knew before. I've never used it before. Since that day I used it, and it works. So this is a first for me as well. My eyes were adjusted as it was never adjusted before. The time I was in dimension 189, where I saw the seraphim angelical order of the phoenix, I saw the formation of the stars forming this visible phoenix order in gold, but not any other constellations. I only saw that one. And it was so beautiful. You know, Nikita, it was like looking into the sky, and somewhere there you see it is like this, let's say 6 inches as you see it. It is so beautiful. You cannot actually describe it. You must imagine. Go out, imagine yourself, draw it on a see-through piece of plastic, and then if it's in gold, you can hold it there to just get a feeling of what I saw. This time I saw what few people are granted to see. As I traveled through space, I started seeing big astronomical phantoms of different true light side gods, goddesses, Hefkanims, and higher up in the deity hierarchical structure. This reminded me of the different Buddhas statue on high mountains in India and Tibet. You know, if you see a constellation, let's say it's as big as this, beautiful, and you focus in on it, it is as if, let's say this is the constellation, this one here. Now I'm focusing on, let's say, one of the little dots there, and I go in there. It is so beautiful, because if you go around it, which is very possible, I mean, it is there, it's trillion miles light years from you, but you can go this side, and you will not see it until you get to the right angle. Then everything falls into place, and you see this beautiful, it's like, it's not a Buddha, but it's gods. You know them. If you see them, you know them. I didn't have hands there. I couldn't see, because this was the first time that it was just a consciousness being there.
Yeah.
But even if I know they could see me, so whether I could see my hands or not, I did this.
Yeah.
Very respectful, because there you know who everyone is. On earth you don't know, but if you're there, you know. As I saw them, I greeted them with full respect, Barami style. There's no better way to say thanks, even to a human being. Show respect. Thank you. I also saw memorable humanities that were on Earth millions of years ago, some more familiar, recent humanities, as well as few humanities that will be in future. Ordinary people, myself included, in the beginning I thought, okay, the Earth was there, maybe there's other planets, but who knows if there's something. you know, and now for the first time you see in this nebulas, they take you around and now it's a full color picture. And you ask, what am I seeing? And they tell you, this is a humanity that lived in this dimension long before, you know, they, or after they were on another planet or so. They were evolved. And some of them, they said, in about 3,000 years, more or less, you will see this one and this one on Earth. They don't look like us. It's a little bit, I don't know how to call it, you know. I've got big ears, but some of those humanities has got much more pointed ears, like the gods, or not the Hefkanams. It's higher, 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 higher in dimension 190,006, where I showed you the pictures of. As a vision in pure energy consciousness form, my eyes identified all gods, goddesses, Hefkanams in pure energy form who were created by the highest Duratri Yahweh Goria. The reason for this is that all light side angels were created by the highest Duratri Yahweh Goria. He's our Father, and therefore we are entitled to know all gods, goddesses, Hefkanams when we see them while we are in pure energy form, not while we are in our human bodies. You will not know them. I saw a lot of them, Hefkanams, in ordinary people when they changed, and I asked through the board, to our guides, who was this guy, let's say, taking over your body, because now it was another face of another woman, for instance, and they will tell me, this is Hefkanam so-and-so from dimension 160, it is him who's going to help you to tap in for the information for your next book. So then I will know who the person was, or who the very high Hefkanam was, but as I said, they look like us. While in space, as consciousness-giving angelical beings, our angelical eyes do not see what people on earth see with their human eyes. They can only see three-dimensional kingdoms, while I find myself in dimension 198 again. Everything in space is much more colorful. You know, NASA can show you, Beba Zola's also going to put on a picture of a universe as taken a photo of by, let's say, NASA. It is colorful, but my friend, not even. It is here on the bottom. What we can see is here, what is there. You cannot describe those colors. You can say it reminds me of a kind of, let's say, maroon, but there are not such colors here with us. We cannot see them. Now, while exploring this high dimension of beauty, I saw how all angels, gods, goddesses, and Hefkanams in there praised the highest Duratri Yahweh Goria. Yeah, this brought tears to my eyes. You know, if I remember the times when I went to church as a reverend, you go in there, and even before that, you know, when I was still an ordinary young man, when I go into church, you sit there, and I was a serious Christian. You know, whatever came first in my life, which is God. In those days I didn't know who he was or whatever, but my mind went back. You know, people will stand up there, praise the Lord with all we have. Is this a praising song? If they can see what I saw there, our angels, you know, if they do it, it is like an atomic bomb exploding through the universe. It is a white flash, and you can see how the energy comes, but it doesn't move a hair. If you had hairs, it will not move a hair. But you know what it does? It puts you in the same vibration of those angels. And to feel what their bodies feels.
That's overwhelming.
You cannot imagine. You know, this is why you are in a border if you come back. We did this, to be honest, where are we now? It's 25th October or somewhere there. We did this in the 7th of July, and I'm still crying if I tap in there again because it's too beautiful. You know, if people will know how to praise the Most High, I think all the angels in heaven will start singing. Because, you know, if they see what's going on here, how people really praise God by sitting there, you know, and just listening and look and what. There's no emotions coming out, nothing. My guide showed me that although I see what I described as enormous energy phantoms of so-called gods, Hefkanames, etc., each so-called god is solid and physical in his or her own dimension or planets. For instance, there, where you see a god moves in front of you, a god, it could be a Torata, Re, higher, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You feel the energy and you see him like I'm seeing you. I can actually greet you if I want. I can hug you if I want. I'll never do that. It's not part of the God, what do we call it in English? The code of conduct of the higher dimensions light side. But I can promise you, you see them as solid as you see me here, and this is what is so awesome. Now, yeah, visible images make up for nebulas everywhere, serve as signs of encouragement. It functions like a certain set of psychology cards we know as Rorschach card. How do you pronounce it?
Rorschach.
Okay, there you've got it. Thanks, Nikita.
Rorschach.
The Rorschach test is a projective psychological test in which subjects' perceptions of ink blots are recorded and then analyzed using psychological interpretation, complex algorithms, or both. Some psychologists use this test to examine a person's personality characteristics and emotional functioning. You know, you see it on the on the screen maybe now. It's like an ink blot, and they'll ask you, what do you see if you stare on this? You see, oh, I think I see a little boy playing a violin or something. It's, where do you think they got that from? From dimension 198 for sure, because I saw it there. It is, let me tell you it in this way, in dimension 198 and in other high dimensions, formations of nebulas means help. Each formation identifies what any angelical being looking at it there needs. So if I look at that, it is not that I want to look there. Your eyes are being attracted because you need something there. And if each formation identifies what any angelical being looking at it needs, the need will be tended within a millionth of a second. You know, if they, why do you think is this needed? You cannot go in there, you know, with a depression or something. You cannot go there. If you cry there, the tears must come out, but I'll explain it later, not the inside, outside. Remember, you know, each kind of angel as a vision sees also only what he or she needs to see. You know, it is as if I am now in the university here in the Free State, and I want to go and see what subjects they are presenting. Now, if I study there, and I study for a philosopher, let's say, what will I be doing in the medical department? You know what so you actually are being taken to where you need to see, not everywhere, it's endless. Each kind of angel as a vision sees only what he or she needs to see. All kinds of angels do not see the same things in the same dimensions. Every angel views and sees what he or she needs at that moment in time to remain perfect. You cannot go in the day when the Most High Toratri Yahweh Goria created his angelical beings as his servants. They were perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, if you go in a dimension like that, you cannot go in an astral body even. You go in there as a consciousness, that's all. And to be perfect. So even in the course, if you look there, the energy fills you. You always, if you're there, you will be perfect, like the day you were created. And you know what? You come back for a few days, you keep feeling that sensation. You cannot
difficult
describe
to come
it.
back.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Remember that every an angel vision is connected to a universal scanner that ensures that what you need will be radiated to you as in immediately. As I traveled through dimension 198 Lightside, there were concerts along the way to watch and learn from it. It is part of the bread of the angels, the food of his children. Now you know, when me and a friend of mine is also a very high ranked psychic, Floranza is also part of the Brahms team. We sang opera, yeah, you won't believe it, but we did. We joined an opera, a chorus, and for 11 years we studied opera and singing and whatever. One of the songs I used to sing as a baritone in a lot of churches when I was still very young, let's say 22, 27, somewhere there, was Panis Angelicus. It means bread for the angels, of bread of the angels. And one day, not so long ago, I asked, not so many years ago, I asked the Lightside guides about Panis Angelicus, because I tapped in once again in a very holy place, about dimension 160, somewhere there. And they asked me, what do you think it is? And I said, what I saw in that dimension is that love, not any love, his love, the connection love. And wisdom is the bread for his children. Yeah. And they said, you saw 100%. So if you want food for your soul, you need to be very close to the Most High. Everything in dimension 198 is perfect. Everything is there for you in case you need anything. Everything and everyone is holy. A holy feeling, I know, though I know few people will understand it. I did not understand holiness. I had my own definition of holiness, which was the best holiness I ever experienced. That holiness is here. What I experienced the last time was there. You cannot, you know, it's not that you are emotional, unstable when you go in there. It is full of surprises. And the borders that you go in there is normal. If you come back, I mean, if you're in heaven and you have to come back again, you have to adjust to that feeling. Otherwise, they will not take you in there anymore, because it upsets you. You can cry, but when you come back, you need to get out of that feeling very quickly. Otherwise, they will not take you again to go and visit there. Everything there functions strictly according to the cosmic laws of the highest Orator Yahweh Goria and his deity's code of conduct. Now, throughout my whole journey in dimension 198, I never saw a single life form who looked worried, depressed, or in disharmony. Never, not one of those. Even there were humanities that I saw like walking among them, not one radiated something depressed or in disharmony. No depressed feelings of any kind, no fear that a dark sider will approach you. There an angelic being stays perfect. And that perfect, hey man, it is something to practice if you want to go there one day. Sometimes the nebulas in dimension 198 form a still life for us present there to learn life lessons from. You know, you as you travel, I mean, this could be a oncoming nebula, and there we go, and there it goes again. It moves, you cannot believe what speed. It actually feels as if you are there and everything moves around you. You don't even feel it. But I mean, if you consider the width of an ordinary nebula, it could be let's say 7,000 light years. And you go, if this is the width, is there 7,000 light years from here to here. You go like this. I mean, how many trillion light years did you travel? Just to see it from this side, then it goes back like this, and there's the picture now, you can see. This is how it operates there. Everything is super holy, and everyone there shines out a super holy aura. The facial expressions are holy. You can see, man, you can see. You know, if you see somebody, you can see this. Maybe this one just left the Most High's feet. You know, because his radiation is in that person all over. You know, after I've been there, I start wondering, how do people think they are going to enter maybe there or in any higher dimension if they are not used to live perfect according to the cosmic laws and to be very neat on themselves? You know, I mean, if your house looks like there was a party the previous night, you know, I mean, do you think the light side gods will take you in there? What? To come and mess around their places, which is absolutely perfectly clean? No ways. Then I saw a crowning. Ooh, this was, you know, a crowning took place where Hefkanams and higher was awarded higher titles and ranks by the Most High's representatives in that dimension. That was awesome to see and to learn from. It provided to me that everybody in the light side was in for promotion according to their individual work performance in service of the highest Duratri Yahweh Goria. You know, Nikita and friends out there, if you look, it is as if you sit right in front of the biggest not actually the audience really for work, where the scene took place. There, you look in, but it seems as if you can, you know, the people are not further than 10 meters from you.
Yeah.
And now you see this Hefkanam and he's bending, you know, and you see, you hear what his promotions are, what he did for the Most High. You know, if you hear what other people goes through, we on earth have nothing to complain of. No, it's hard work to come there, but it's right, it's righteous, it's fair, everything is there. Then I heard someone mentioned that Michelangelo occasionally tapped in there when he was a master painter on earth, and I can imagine that. You know, if I see the scenes of the temples and the big cathedrals overseas, it looks as if you look into heaven. Yeah. It is very, very accurate as far as what I saw, so I know. What I heard was true. Now, everything I have observed there is in colors like what shines in a prisma, and it is just even more bright. Then I heard a voice saying, look at the colors of the prisma, where then you know how the pyramids functioned on earth. Think of all the crystal and other stones that were in the sarcophagi as well as in other places, in the pyramid of Giza, I think they call it that, the pyramid of Khufu or something. Think of the pyramid deep, the crystal pyramid deep below the pyramid of Giza. The one is molded on top of the other one, it's ongoing process. But when you come to the crystal pyramid, then you know how it functions. And there's nothing more irritating when you listen to a so-called ancient, what do they call, a master in, let's say, ancient Egyptology. And he tells you the pyramid was there for, it is a grave for some other pharaoh. Rubbish, man, then you know nothing, really. I don't want to get rude, but don't stop the lies. We all know what the pyramids were used for. Everything. Have you ever found a corpse or a mummy in a pyramid? Never. Therefore, there is the Valley of the Kings or the Valley of the Hefkanams, the gods. But the pyramids was used for other, for electricity, for light, whatever, communication, all that stuff. To me it all made sense. I thought of the crystal pyramid very deep under the pyramid of stone in Egypt. It feels logical that the crystal pyramid must have functioned the same way as the colors function in a prisma. Again the guide said to me, learn to perceive energy like smoke. Then you will see us on earth more easily when we are very close to you. Now this is very awesome. In Russia there's a guy, Dennis, I don't know what's it, Denis actually, and he presents or represents dark ghosts. It's also a paranormal investigator and researching program. I see he's using powder. He will blow it and the powder will hang there because every window is closed. And now if something moves, you will see it in the powder, the dust. You see it. And what did we get from the Hefkanam Blasto, who taught us how to prepare and make holy powders? Each one for a different, yes. What it is also say, when you blow it into the air, stand still and watch, you will see me in the powder. So this was also not the first time. This just makes sense. When I normally tap in, I see only according to what my vibration hertz at that time allows me to see. But if you see, there is, I can look at you and I can look here. Now you will see I'm a little bit off focus, but you can focus here, take your hand away. Look straight here. Everything else blurs out. So this is what we do. If you expect somebody is walking, there's a ghost in this room, you just do this and you will see it quickly.
Yeah.
So this I also learned after my visit there. I also learned that many of the scenes I saw in Dimension 108 are prints of or copies of events that have already taken place there. However, or whoever stays in Dimension 108 will see it like news that has occurred. It is in the air, you can see it. It's like big see-through televisions, but it actually nebulas that you look into. It's awesome. Once again I realized that that scene of holiness is much stronger than I experience on earth. I started crying due to this almost unknown to me holy radiation vibration. The best I ever experienced while on earth as a human. I me and Cabos, my spouse, we watch a lot of Andre Rie, the concerts that he presents. He's awesome. But in any case, sometimes they present something so big that the people in the audience burst out in tears.
Yeah.
Because you can see, and we know why.
Yeah.
We've discussed it, where there are 10 musical instruments working, you get the angelical vibes. If those instruments are playing what the original master Efkanams on earth composed, then you can feel the radiation vibration. This is also what's going on here. If you see that and you experience what you see, you need to burst out in tears, whether you like it or not. Then I heard tears. Ooh, people, this you must listen. Another angel approaches me, and he said, tears taste here like morning dew collected from a red rose and mixed with honey found on planets here. In other words, in that dimension. Tears shed here are tears of joy and gladness. There I experience love as a radiance vibrational sense of color conjured up in different gods' images of sublime love. After that I saw Efkanam sitting on a horse and dressed like a chief Roman soldier. This Efkanam's sensible radiant vibration is light side plus. You cannot describe it. It is one of those you feel as if you are petrified. You cannot move. You just take in and try to work it out. Lastly, I saw God's script everywhere. Although I know that the script I saw, or the scripts I saw, was not the Vala writing scripts. These signposts indicate directions such as road signs here on earth. If you see a sign or a nebula, you will read, just go a little bit, you know, it's like roads, I cannot see, but if you take the right road and you see the nebula, you know, go in there, go in that specific purple part, and you will end up there and there. It's like road signs.
And what you shared with us gives us a better understanding of what such a high dimension as dimension 198 feels like. Thank you to Ratreya Goria for this wisdom known by only a few Western people.
Pelas Ratreya Goria, Tatlas guides and masters in dimension 198, who were my guides to take me through there. Thank you so much. And thank you, Nikita, for presenting these programs.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Together with me. It is a great privilege to have you here. After all, I know you will understand. You have saw the Great Spirit, which I also saw. I love you for that.
I love you too, Ernst. Okay, this was the first tapping of 7 tappings in the next program this series, program 2 of 2024. Ernst will share wisdom on one of the true dark side dimensions he was allowed to tap into. Dark side dimension 0-3, named Deco. Please press the like, share and subscribe buttons as well as the little bell icon to be in line for the next program. Until then, love and light. Bye-bye.
Bye.